Right about now, please make some noise for Franklin Roberto Lashley.
First time I've ever been called Franklin.
How you doing, Bobby?
I'm fantastic.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Jeez,
Thank you.
You look like you're ready to bench press me.
I heard that I was going to have an opponent when I came here.
No, I don't want to play the game with you, Bobby. You get paid to do it, I don't. So if anything, let's have a DJ competition. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Lashley is in the building. WWE are in the building. There are going to be, in fact, a couple of shows in town at the Grand West Arena. Wednesday, April 29th, Moses Mabida. April 30th, it's a Thursday. And Josie Ticket Pro Dome, Friday, May the 1st, and Saturday, May the 2nd. Tickets are available right now already at bigconcerts.co.za and computicket.com. Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Before we talk wrestling, let's talk about other things you wrestle with. Like, do you have, for instance, a word you'll see when you're reading something and you're like, oh, flip, here we go again. What are some of the other things you wrestle with? Like your least favorite word to read, for instance.
Favorite word?
Yeah, least favorite word.
Just one word.
Yeah, we all have that word.
Man.
For me, it used to be entrepreneur. I used to avoid it. I'd always say business person. What does Bobby wrestle with?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
You're the tough guy. You got to deal with it.
I got to throw something out. I'm going to say this word: bravado.
Bravado.
But you are bravado, bro.
Am I?
Yeah.
See, I had to
bravado as a person.
I had to do it one time in a promo for the WWE, and it was like Vince was really stuck on this word of me saying bravado, and
yes.
It just didn't come across right for me because I really don't understand it.
Yes, sir.
I mean I understand it, but I don't understand it in the sense of trying to put it into a promo where I'm saying, like, put it into a sentence. It just.
Like Vince, please find me another word.
Also, don't see a tough guy like a wrestler just saying bravado.
Bravado,
it's one of those, yeah.
But I think that's something that Vince was big on. He's big on showing that we are wrestlers,
Human.
we are larger than life, we are big people, but we're actually intelligent also. Yeah. I have a college degree. I graduated with honors, worked in my master's.
Get out of here.
Businesses, I flip houses. I do other things besides just go out there and beat people up. I mean, I'm good at beating people up, but I do other things also.
As a businessman, in fact, as an entrepreneur, what do you wrestle with the most in that arena?
I think the one thing that I had to wrestle with the most in that arena was just understanding that business is business and you can't make business personal.
Oh, yes.
Because a lot of times, and I always tell people this all the time, I can do business with anyone.
Yeah.
Even if I can't stand them, if I don't like them.
You're not here to make friends.
Business, yeah.
Business is business.
Business is business. And if you can keep business, then you have no problem with it.
Yes.
Same thing right now when I'm wrestling. You know, I know everybody. I like everyone. But when I leave work, I'm in a whole different world.
Yes. It's not personal.
It's not personal at all.
When it comes to the opposite sex and understanding them, what do you wrestle with the most?
In understanding them?
Yeah.
You're trying to get me in trouble.
Yep.
In understanding them. You know, I think, you know what, I was going to do a podcast. A lot of people wanted me to do a podcast on fighting and wrestling because I wrestled and fought so long. But I want to do a podcast on like relationships.
Oh yes, on love.
Especially that I'm kind of in a little relationship triangle on TV right now.
Yeah.
But I think it's so different right now as a not 21-year-old kid, you know, a little bit older, dating.
Yes.
And I always say dating is like going to a used car lot. And people don't like to hear it.
They don't.
But that's how it is.
But mileage is mileage.
It's mileage is mileage. and you got to, and we always say, like, you got to define or describe the kind of car you are.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm like a used Range Rover.
You look like
I'm a Range Rover.
For me, you look like a hard ass Buick.
A Buick.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm at least a luxury vehicle.
No, but Buicks are hard though.
Yeah, it's hard, but
Range Rover.
yeah,
Range Rover. Okay, Range Rover it is. In fact, we have a clip to play. Remember this?
Today is literally the happiest day of my life because this morning I filed for divorce.
Oh, no.
Well, I have some really bad news because all of you will not see my soon-to-be ex-husband because Bobby and I just want to be together forever.
What was going through your mind as that happened, Bobby?
I was sweating, just like I am now. You know, I came into the wrestling business to fight, but
Look at you now.
It is entertainment, so we do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know what the cool thing is that Lana actually, I don't know if this role helped her out or anything, but she's actually filming a Bruce Willis film. She got picked up for a pretty big major motion picture that she's filming right now. She'll be filming for the next few weeks. So I don't know if this thing catapulted her or helped her out or anything like that, but she's actually quite talented.
Love in public in front of the camera. When does it become too much? If not all the time.
I mean, since WWE we're PG.
Yeah.
So in my personal life, I probably would never do some of the things that I do on TV.
Yes, sir.
But with TV, we got to kind of expand the horizons a little bit more
show
and show
business.
people. Yeah, so it's show business. But I'm not that public display of affection kind of person. That's just not me.
15:55. This is fresh on 947. WWE is in the building. We're hanging out with Bobby Lashley. In fact, maybe Bobby can also help us with some kid advice. We have a feature called Kid Advice where we ask kids for advice.
Yeah.
And there's a kid who sent in a voice note. This is what he had to say.
Hello, Uncle Fresh and Auntie Munsworth. My dad is really old. He's so old that whenever he comes to school to fetch me or to a school event, the other kids ask me if he's my grandpa. It's so embarrassing for me. I don't want him to come to my school anymore. I'm scared to talk to him about it because I don't want to hurt his feelings. But I also want people to stop thinking that he's my granddad. Please help me. Should I just accept it because he's always going to be old? Or should I just tell him not to come anymore, even though I know it's going to make him very sad? Thank you, Uncle Fresh and Auntie Manswa. Love you.
Love you, kid. Before we hear from Bobby, let's find out what the kids of Joburg had to say.
Hi guys, I think that is they're just being silly. His friends are just being silly because some people don't have dads and they would like to have a dad, whether the dad is old, young, or whatever. But I just think they're just being silly, and that he or she should not be embarrassed of his or her dad.
Hello 947 and the crew. My name's Abigail. I'm 9 years old. I think the boy should just tell his friends it's not his grandpa, it's his dad, and that's not very nice.
Hi Uncle Fresh, my name is Mimi. He must never be ashamed for his daddy. He must love him very much and be part of him. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, kids of 947. Keep the kid advice coming. We love it. Bobby, as a kid, what would you do?
I love the kids.
Yeah.
Right.
That thing. You know what I try to tell people? I talk to kids all the time, and I tell kids, like, and I have kids of my own, and I tell my kids, that, like, embrace everything.
Yes, sir.
You know, somebody asked me, "Is that your dad or your grandpa?" That's my dad.
Yeah.
And leave it at just that.
Exactly.
I think kids, they look for blood. You know, they look for something that they can. If they find that it doesn't bother you, then they're just going to stop doing it.
Absolutely.
If you're trying to shy away
you
from
own
it, then they see it and they're like, "Oh, we can get him." But if it's nothing, it's across the board. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're short, tall, fat, skinny, whatever, if somebody tries to pick on that piece of you, just own it. Just say yeah.
Yeah, that's who you are.
And it doesn't because ultimately, and I tell my kids all the time, unless they do something to you physically, they can't hurt you.
They can't do anything.
And then I'm a great example because right now I play a bad guy on TV and man, if you see my Twitter feed or if I post something, you know, I got so much hate out there, and people say some negative things, and if I sit there and I read every one of those negative comments, I take a piece of every one of those negative comments inside, and it breaks me down. So I actually joke about it.
Or you can
I play fun with it.
Or you can just tell your kids if anyone picks on you, then just tell them your dad. is Bobby Lashley. And I'll see them after school.
Put some boxing gloves on that kid.
My dad and your dad after school. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bobby Lashley is in the building. Welcome to Fresh 947. Hanging out with you until 7 this evening. WWE Live is returning to SA with 4 amazing shows. Cape Town at the Grand West Arena, Wednesday, April the 29th. Durban at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, Thursday, April the 30th. And wrapping it up in Joburg at the Ticket Pro Dome, Friday, May 1 and Saturday, May 2. Tickets available right now at bigconcerts.co.za or computicket.com. We're hanging out with He's Larger Than Life, and he's also a nice guy. And Mr. Lover. Mr. Lover.
Bobby, I have a bit of a question from my side. I'm a theatre kid at heart. I don't even know this. You have a ton of fans in the theatre side, which you wouldn't relate the two. So actually, my question is how, when you guys are rehearsing and getting into it, is it, I really just want to beat this guy up? Or how much artistry isn't it? Like, oh, I love that move, let's go with that. Like, because it's an art form as well. How does that correlate?
I think everybody gets everybody has their own character, so they get into your character. I fought for years, so when I go into matches like I really look at the opponent like I want to kill him. I mean, if you see some of my matches, because we're a lot of us are not actors, so so we have to go out there and actually be in the moment, and we don't do a whole lot of rehearsing. I mean, we don't even rehearse at all.
Wow.
Most of the time, because we have so many matches throughout the year. We have like 200 matches throughout the year.
So it's actually improv. You guys are actually like fighting.
And recovery in between.
It's pretty much, yeah, because we go from day to day. We usually go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we do TV on Monday. So the Friday, Saturday, Sunday are live events. And in those live events, it's like, all right, you against Ricochet. You guys, 15 minutes, go. So for us, we always say, because I've done a couple movies. I did a few movies, and whenever you do movies, you know how it is. It's like one piece cut, one piece cut, one piece cut.
Yeah,
Not
beats.
us. It's live, and then we're fighting. We're having to wrestle and everything like that. So what you see on like Monday Night Raw or even on SmackDown now, it's live. So if something goes wrong, we just got to keep going, which is a lot more challenging than people think,
Absolutely.
I mean, we've got a couple of questions that we want to ask you, but there's also fans that want to ask you questions. So you got a voice note, and here's one of the questions that we got.
Hi, Fresh and team.
Hey.
I would like to ask Bobby one question. First of all, everyone is super proud of the progress he's made as an entertainment wrestler. I do know, though, that I think he may have wanted to qualify for the Olympics in mid-2000s, 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Something happened where there was a bank robbery, and I think he got injured there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, does he have any regrets? He's come so far in entertainment television or entertainment wrestling. Does he have any regrets, and does he wish that had it not been for the injury, he would have actually gone to represent in the Olympics?
That is a fan.
That's an interesting question. Well, first of all, I'll talk about the bank robbery. So it was 2003, the year before the Olympics. I went to the bank, deposited some money, and some guys came in, kicked the door down, and shot. They started firing.
Jeez.
And one of the guys fired behind me. I took a dive down to the ground, split my knee open, ended my amateur wrestling career a year before the Olympics. And I trained for 20 years to make it to the Olympics.
For that moment.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say regrets, because I try to stay in the positive about everything. Yeah. And especially this particular time, one door closed and the other door opened right after, because I went to surgery. I had 2 surgeries on my knee after that bank robbery, and I was sitting on my couch, and the WWE called me out of the complete blue.
Wow.
And they said, hey, we'd like to bring you up and have a tryout. And I thought it was a joke, because it was my second surgery. I hadn't walked in like 2 months, and I just kind of looked at the phone and I was like, is somebody messing with me?
Yeah.
But I have strong faith, and maybe 2004 wasn't the time for me to go, and maybe I had a different direction. So I always said, when I went to WWE, I trained for the WWE like if it was my opportunity to get into the Olympics. So I don't look at any regrets. I just know now that I don't wait for things anymore.
Absolutely.
If there's something that I want to do, I'll do it. Like when I left WWE the first time, I said, I'm going to do a fight. I want to do one fight. Then I fought 19 fights after that. And then I got back into the WWE. I got back into the WWE. after I hit 40.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, I tell kids and anyone, I say, you know what, there's no limit to what you can do if you have that positive mind. So that's what I do. I have a positive mind. And
But you also mentioned the fact that you have strong faith.
yeah.
When was your faith at its very lowest? Whether it was in your childhood or in your adulthood? And what took you out of that period?
I think there's been so many different times in my life where it was challenged.
Yeah.
That particular time really challenged me because I poured my heart and soul into wrestling and I was at the Olympic Training Center. I got kicked out of wrestling practice because they said you're doing too much.
Jeez.
Because I would do 2 practices
Go home.
and then at night I was running and my coach found out you're running at night and he said you stop. So he kicked me out of the practice room because that's just the kind of person I am.
Yes, sir.
And when the bank robbery happened, when they took a shot, I took a dive down to the ground and I was like laying on the ground. And I can remember, I kept telling myself, it's not supposed to end like this.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
It's
20
not
years
supposed to
of
end like
practice.
this. Yeah, and I felt like, if you can imagine this, I was on the ground and I felt like I was pushing myself through the concrete, like trying to just get out of this whole situation. And then afterwards, going through the surgery, I went through the first surgery and I was telling myself I could get back because I have time. And then there was a second, and then I had to go to a second surgery because they botched the first surgery.
Jeez.
So I was like, what is this? What are you doing to me?
It's not raining, it's pouring.
I've said that so many different times. Why?
Yes.
And then even when I came back to WWE, there's been different things that I had to do in WWE, and I was like, am I still being tested? And everybody's like, oh, Bobby, you should be going for the title. I should be beating Brock for the title now.
Absolutely.
But I always say it like this. I keep a positive attitude with anything. And I think I'm an extremely blessed person. I'm down in South Africa. A lot of people that I tweeted and texted about going to South Africa, and everybody was like, oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. My life has been a blessing all the way across the board. So there's times where I had little dips, but I think because I have a positive mind about everything, it always comes out in a positive sense.
Your life sounds very well-rounded outside of just wrestling and the person that you are. Who has been the greatest, or who have been the greatest influence in your life?
Of course, I got to say, first off, is Mom. My mom had 4 of us, and my family's from Panama, so English is our second language. So I grew up poor. My mom working $7 an hour, with 4 kids. And the one thing that I never saw my mom do is I never saw my mom in a bad. I never saw I saw my mom cry, but I never see my mom in a negative position. And you talk, like my friends used to always talk about my mom. They were like, is your mom high all the time or something? Because she was always in a good mood. But my mom grew up in Panama. And when she grew up, she had nothing.
Sure.
So when I looked at my nothing was way nicer than her nothing.
Sure.
So my mom always had a positive mind with everything. So my mom was definitely one. My college wrestling coach, my high school wrestling coach. There's so many people that throughout I feed on different people. I listen to different people. I like this guy, Les Brown. I listen to him all the time. He does some motivational stuff. So there's a lot of people that I kind of look up to.
A lot of adults that look back and say we grew up poor often lament the fact that at the time I had no idea we're poor.
You don't.
It's only looking back that I realized we're poor. Is that the same with you?
Absolutely. I found out what poor was when I started traveling.
Oh, yes.
I thought
So Mom made things work.
Mom made things work. She always kept a roof above our heads. As soon as I got out of school, my house collapsed.
Jeez.
And I was able to buy my mom a new house. So I that was a big part of my life. Like a couple of years ago, I bought my mom a house. My mom did everything for me. So I don't really look at anything as
Sure. It's 19 minutes after 4. We're hanging out with WWE's Bobby Lashley. If you'd like 2 tickets for the show at the Ticket Pro Dome, you have to beat Bobby Lashley at a game. Call us right now. You versus Bobby Lashley. We'll tell you the game when we come back.
But you actually have to be a big fan, though. I'm going
You
to say
have to
that.
be a massive fan.
Yeah.
But call us right now. This is 947 and WWE. WWE Live returning to SA with 4 amazing shows. First show is happening in Cape Town at the Grand West, Wednesday, April 29th. And then it moves to Durban the next day, Moses Mabhida Stadium, Thursday, April the 30th. And then Jozi for the 2 final shows, Friday, May 1st and Saturday, May the 2nd. I've marked it in my diary. I will not do a gig on that day. And tickets are available right now at bigconcerts.co.za or computicket.com. We're about to play a game against our guest. Bobby Lashley is in the building. Please welcome Yasser. Yasser, how you doing?
It's me. I'm ready.
Are you a big WWE fan?
I am. I'm a huge fan, but my daughter is even bigger than me. I think I just pass it on to her.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We're going to play a game. It's called the Signature Moves Name Game.
Ooh.
So you need to tell us whose signature move it is when you hear it called out. Are you ready?
Okay. I'm going to try my best for my baby.
Bobby, are you ready, sir?
I'm always ready.
Yes.
Here's the first signature move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got him up top.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Whose signature move is that? Go to sleep is what it's called.
Go to sleep.
Yes.
Go to sleep. Who's that?
I know Bobby knows it. He's waiting for you. He's giving you a chance.
Oh,
It's not A, it's not B, it's...
Are you really a fan, Yasser?
I am. I promise you. Go to sleep. My daughter...
No, we know you tell her that all the time, but we'd like to know whose move it is.
We gotta give a hint.
But I didn't hear
He also fought in the UFC.
He also fought in the UFC.
I don't think she knows.
Oh, Brock Lesnar.
Yes, no.
No. Bobby, whose move is that? CM Punk is correct.
CM Punk. I should have said he got fought in the
No,
UFC.
she just said it now when you guys were speaking.
Yeah. No, we heard her. And please no Googling. We need an answer immediately. Here is the next.
No.
Here's the next move. Whose move is this?
And we did! The 619! He drops it down!
The
Can you say the name of
619.
the move? I didn't hear it.
The
The
619.
619. Is Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
I was going to say that.
Bobby, you're also in the game, remember?
We literally
I'm trying
we
to...
literally just letting her
Bobby,
win.
please come
Oh, I
back into
don't
the
even
ring.
I'm supposed to answer? Oh, okay. Oh, I can answer before.
You're
she does.
competing,
Okay.
bro.
All right.
Bobby is back in the ring. Here's the third move.
Okay.
It never saw it. Setting up the run now. Pedigree time for the Brahma Bull. And he connected.
What's the name of the move?
The pedigree.
Triple H.
The pedigree is Triple H.
She's really good.
I said it first.
Yeah, but you.
What do you want? You guys want Johnny to play or
Because
not?
I want her to come to the show.
Right?
Absolutely. Okay, so give her a 5-second head start.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. What move?
But tell me the name of the move.
We will, Mama. We will.
Dang.
But Bobby, which move is your least favorite move to have done on you? Like, what do you dread?
Makes you feel like a wimp.
Chokeslam is always pretty bad.
There's nothing nice about a choke slam at all.
You go up and then you go down really hard.
In fact, in and out the ring, there's nothing good about it. Here is the fourth move.
Here it is. This is Tombstone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Undertaker.
I think let's tell her the move first.
Okay. Was the move too?
Bobby is very competitive. It's the Tombstone Pile Driver, Mama. What is it?
It's the Undertaker.
3.
Okay, here.
Undertaker.
Okay, here is the final move.
Stunner to shade.
It's the Stunner, Mama.
He's counting down.
It's the
Stone
Stunner.
Cold. Steve. No, whoa. I'm sorry. Kevin Owens, isn't it? Kevin Owens.
Mama, the Stunner. Whose move is that?
The Stunner, it's Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It was still after
She
Bobby,
said
but
lose-
she's
no,
still leading.
No, but she said lose points for saying that. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, but she's still leading. So
Yeah,
she's
I'm
still
leading.
3 in front.
Mama, Bobby's very competitive. I'm sure you understand that.
But competitive as he is, he wants you to come to the show.
So, Ma, we're going to give you 2 tickets to come and join us at the Ticket Pro Dome. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What is happening with you and, is it Brock? When are you guys, like, what's going on?
Hey, let's talk about it.
In fact, on Twitter, everybody's asking.
Yeah.
You know what? I can go on my Instagram and I can post a picture of my kids.
Yes.
People will say, Brock and Lashley. Brock. The only one that won't let it happen is the WWE. And I have no reason why.
So people
I
want you
don't
guys to
know.
fight.
Everybody's been saying it. Since I first came into wrestling, people were saying like the black Lesnar. And I was like, no.
Are you scared of Brock?
Lashley. Am I scared of him?
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not scared of him. I've been asking for the entire time, but I'm not one to call people out.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be like, "Come on, Brock, you want to fight?" But
maybe you should.
I know. I think I've been doing it very subtly, but I mean, right now is Drew McIntyre's time.
Yes, sir.
Him and Brock have it. If he wins, then I go after Drew. If he doesn't, then I go after Brock. You know, I'm here. And they know what I'm capable of doing.
Yes, and they know you're ready.
Yeah, I'm always ready. But I think the matchup with me and Brock, people have been asking for probably like the last 12 years, and I just don't see why it won't happen.
In fact, speaking of social media and people's responses, I mean, your storyline with Lana is getting you death threats even.
Yes.
Let's talk about those.
Hectic.
I don't mind. I mean, it's my job.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times it's interesting. You know what? I try to turn it back on the crowd. I say, you know what? There's a level of bullying. When we talk about bullying, if we see somebody weak, somebody like, we say, oh, they're being bullied. But if you see somebody like me or Lana, you're like, there's no way they can be bullied.
Yes, sir.
But that's all we've been dealing with. I mean, I got some terrible death threats that have come on.
When does it? Because people think he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're thinking.
Yeah.
When does it hurt? Like
If
what have you read and you're like, geez, this hurts?
Nothing really hurts me. One thing that did kind of hurt, because I have a daughter. My daughter's 15.
Oh, yes.
And her friends, they see some of the stuff. And when I found out that she was getting affected, then I was like, oh, okay, it's a little bit too much.
Absolutely.
Because for me, I laugh at it. I laugh at some of the things that they say. Like, there's some things that people say. I laugh. I'm like, man, that was so racist that's funny.
Yes.
You know? I said, how'd you come up with that?
And you can't believe people are that racist in 2020.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's some crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, if they don't cause any harm to me, I really don't care. I decided I wanted to be a bad guy, and with bad guy there comes responsibilities.
Absolutely.
And I don't mind being hated.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that I've been eager to ask you about are the tryouts that you guys are going to have in South Africa. Can you tell us more about those, the WWE tryouts?
That's incredible. We've been doing this, expanding our brand out across the continent. We've had tryouts when we went to Saudi. We've been going to Saudi for the last couple of years, and we had tryouts down there. We brought a couple of the Saudis to NXT down at in Orlando. So they moved from Saudi. Now they're going to live out their dream and become a WWE wrestler. So anytime we go to a new territory, we open up the doors and say, is there anyone here that has the possibilities of being
So how does the recruitment drive work? Is it walk into the room, Bobby is in there, if you walk out...
Choke slam him.
If you walk out the room, you've got the job.
I'm wrestle him.
The tryouts are just me standing there with gloves on. You just come inside. If you can last a minute, you're in. I mean, it's a huge opportunity. I mean, it's like scratching a lottery ticket, and I like it the fact that it's in here in South Africa because we're going to bring some Africans onto the roster, which is great. And I think it's an opportunity for anybody that, like, some people think I have to have wrestling experience or anything like that. I don't think you really need to have anything. You just need to show up and just be in shape. If you're in shape, you look good, you have a little bit of charisma, maybe you can talk to them. Just anything. Just have anything. Just come and have a good time, man. And I think that you have an opportunity of making it into WWE, which is I think it's an incredible deal, because you never know who's going to be the next Rock, who's going to be the next Stone Cold, who's going to be the next whoever, Ric Flair. And right now the door is open.
Bobby Lashley, we are unfortunately out of time. We'll have to let you go. But before you go, what do you fear?
Nothing.
At all?
At all.
Not even, Lana, there's a spider here. Please come kill it.
That's your fear, Fresh. Your wife has to deal with that.
You know what? And I'll tell you real quick, because it knows my time. But after I was in that bank robbery, after that, I was driving, I was on the road, and I pulled up to a gas station, and I was like, I got to go inside. And I was like, man, I don't really want to go inside.
Oh, yes, the trauma.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
And I did that it took me one day to do that. And I was like, there is no way I'm going to live like that.
Yes.
In that bank, that guy could have shot me in the back of the head and I could have been done.
Absolutely.
So for me to be cautious, it wouldn't have helped anything. So right now, I don't fear anything.
Life is to be lived.
I just go.
Life is to be
I
lived.
just go.
sir.
You know, when it's my time to go, I hope my faith is going to carry me to a good place. But outside of that, I'm just going to live my life and have fun with it.
If you're keen on the WWE Recruitment, you can go to their website, wweperformancecenter.com. They are open for applications, and who knows, we might be seeing you on a WWE stage.
We'll actually just post it up on our social so you can just get the link there.
Be the next Bobby Lashley.
Right?
Let's go.
Bobby, thank you so much, brother, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for the humility. Thanks for the inspiration. Thanks for the positive vibes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Lashley is about to leave the building.
If you love Joburg,
947 loves you.